Yeah, I'm dancing already, and I know you are watching this almost dead white hand, which is from Norway. It's so freezing. Yes, I know that. But
Mhm.
now we will be rocking with this energy. Now, exactly right now, you have no idea, my beautiful audience. It's already this transformational power and radiance came from very first second when I pushed my button. We had pre-hidden conversation with a very special guest of mine. Yes, and this is not a coincidence that he has a wall behind him. It's a little still secret. He will reveal this secret very soon in our new episode, Diversity is the Game Changer. Welcome to the show. I'm more than honored, privileged, and it's so special to host you here. I'm basically happy. Yes, and especially today we have this cold, boring, windy, day in Norway. But when just you came with all this energy towards me, I
Mhm.
started like embody everything. And now you see, I even sitting, but I'm already dancing. I'm
Yeah,
so ready,
yes,
ready for
yes,
our action. We
yes,
have
ma'am.
to teach people how to break the wall, how to take action, and you will be the best best leader to walk us through. And welcome. Actually, you know what? I want to encourage people so many times that they can start their own show any day, any second, basically. And it's don't have to be like ready 100%. I was so captured by your energy that even I forgot to make my a little homework before I push the button to actually double check your first name and second name. But I'm teaching the audience and people, look, yes, I forgot that I'm human being. So what? This is the normal. We are
All
like that
good.
because I was like immediately. So can you please actually just give me the guidance how actually I'm pronounce your first and second name? I have some as human, but
Yeah, no, it's all good. Listen, thank you so much for having me. I wanted to say that's such a pleasure, such an honor to meet you and be with you here. So thank you for having me. And it's Raheel Siddiqui.
cool. Raheel Siddiqui. I love it. I love it. So diverse. It's so unique. Amazing. But actually, I also know because my people they try when they try to pronounce my second name, especially.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, I know that.
I hear you.
So, yes, and the episode title plays Breaking Walls Within, from survival to strength, from pain to purpose. And let me intro you a bit. So episode really transformational because some stories doesn't just inspire, they shake, they wake you, they transform you. Because the
Mhm,
real leadership is not built on perfection. We
mhm,
know that. It's forged through pain, resilience, courage to rise again, to break the walls.
mhm,
And this is deeply powerful episode, and we are welcoming not just a speaker, he's a living embodiment of transformation. Rahid, born in Long Island, raised in Baltimore, man who faced life at its real extremes and chose to rise. At just 27 years old, weighing actually 405 pounds. I don't know, we here in Europe, we have another system. Do you know what is in kilos actually?
Kilo. I don't. It's funny you say that. I actually don't. I've always heard the term, but I don't know what the exact equivalent is. It's kind of
You know,
like pounds and dollars. I went to London one summer and I had no idea. Well, first of all, I didn't know pounds were that much more than the dollar until I got to London.
and I'm the only that I'm so perfectly imperfect host. I could have actually double checked, but I said, okay, let's get. Maybe he knows that. But okay,
Yeah.
it's actually, yeah, it's a lot, right? So
Yep.
yeah, so he was told a sentence that could break anyone. Now we're talking
Hmm.
breakage and walls. You may not live to see your 40. Oh my God, this is yeah. But what changed everything was a promise to his father. A promise
Hmm.
that led to losing 150 pounds in 1 year, only to experience unimaginable loss, holding his father in his arms, and he passed away shortly after. I'm so sorry for that.
No, thank
And
you.
life didn't stop testing him. The weight returned, his body broke down. Of course, not just body, a lot of with our body, everything interconnected. Two discs in his back were damaged, back against surgery. After weeks of rehabilitation, one moment changed everything. The very exact moment where the Wallbreaker was born. The Wallbreaker was born.
Love it.
With
Love it.
100
Love
pounds
that energy.
lifting,
Yes,
100
ma'am.
pounds pain free. A father, the most important father,
Hmm.
yay, husband,
Thank you.
speaker. A man who doesn't just speak about transformation, he lives it. Because when you break your inner walls, you don't just change your life, you redefine what is impossible. And it begins to be possible. So please welcome to the show. Again and again. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. And we start, but we don't start exact now. Just we could like rise up. I could like hit a little bit here and you also, so that part. But actually before all that, before who we are today and our future and presence, one day we all, have our roots, and it's our childhood, and we know how much, and now we speak more and more openly, the DNA of our childhood impact really our adulthood, right? And who we have actually became and all we experience. So my very first question could you please walk us through a little bit of your childhood, and maybe it was special pivotal moment, or I don't know, people or something that made really special impression, or was kind of special moment that you believe actually has shaped your life path as well?
Yeah, for sure. No, yeah, no, that's a great question. Well, my childhood was honestly really tough. I was bullied a lot. I was pretty much born overweight my whole life, from like birth, and then elementary school, middle school, high school, college, post college, heading into 27 years old at 405 pounds. And, it was just a really tough childhood, man. Like, I mean, were there some great moments? Yes, there were some great moments. But, if I were to honestly peel all the layers, and, when I go back and look in time, I mean, a lot of times it was very tough, because when you walk in someplace and you're very overweight, and you have like, you feel like you're walking into a room, put it this way, you feel like you're walking into a room, and you feel like you want to blend in with the audience, or you want to blend in with the crowd, but you really understand over time that you're really a target. That's all that it is. Because when you're young and you're overweight and you stand out, and I have like that. I've always had like this type of boisterous personality, 200 pounds less or not. I think that also very stemmed. And when you're with a group of friends, quote unquote, or other people, they really start to bag on you, and then you feel like you have like this invincibility, or like this bulletproof vest on your chest. But as they say, sticks and stones, but names do really hurt. And I think the beating of taking those names, I tried to block that out, but it was wearing on me. And I think I would try to not I'll break that wall. I kept running away from it, and that's what led me to 27 and 405 pounds, when I had to finally take control back of my life and my health.
Well, thank you so much, first of all, for being so radically honest and open. I think it's the game changer for many people who can listen us, because yes, those names, those labels, those bullies, right? I know exactly what you mean, because I was targeted myself, believe me or not. My childhood was very dramatic as well, because I was not overweight, but I was very tall, and I was ashamed and shy to be in. And I always, like, I never walked, actually. Now, still, even now, I'm teaching to walk tall and high. And
Yep.
I was always like this, especially in the elementary school, because boys, they were like this for me. And I had all these kind of names, like giraffe, and what kind of weather is up there, and all that stuff. Plus, because we used to live, I made in Soviet, in these like blocks, like, with this huge many apartment blocks with like 6 entrances, and then basically everybody goes to the same school, everybody plays in the same yard, and they know what's going on in your families. And my father was alcoholic, right? And he was like very abusive towards me, so everybody knew actually that they could find my father like just laying on the floor on the street. It's to me, it was combination. I'm so tall, and they could also know from my family, I was target. Basically, I hated school. Oh my God, it was all my whole life.
I know the feeling, man. I'm right there with you, man. I'm sorry you went through that. For what it's worth, I love tall. I think tall is amazing. I'm like 6'4", and and some change myself. So I feel like we have such an advantage. I mean, we could always see when it's raining first. And we can tell first when that wind is hitting our face. But I love tall. Tall is beautiful, and clearly you ended up being a beautiful person inside, outside, all the way through, everywhere. all around how you've been built. So definitely proud of all the hard work you've put in. You should be very proud of everything you've accomplished as well.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm so yes touched now, because actually it is the show. I should be like facilitate and like really make rise my stars here show, but
Yeah.
I myself, I know we have 2 ears, one mouth. I should actually learn myself to listen even more and to speak
Mhm.
less. But I think it should be dialogue, should be not monologue, like so short
Yeah.
question. And then no, because life doesn't happen like that. Life like this, interaction and some, yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much for all your compliments. It
Yeah.
really means a lot. Now I actually even teaching myself to take them and just think so no, it's not me, like, because people pleaser healer, you probably as well, so we are like always like no, it's not about me.
Yeah, for
So,
sure.
and 27 years old, and take us from there, like it was very special moment, right? Take us, and
Mhm.
actually has happened really, because we know so much, pretty much everything interconnected, our soul, mind and body, right? And before we start actually make some changes with our bodies, it should start from here, from your mindset, from everything, from
100%.
decision, or yeah, how actually went from words, and actually words for a very special person, into the actions. Can you tell us what you were talking to yourself? Because the most important narrative we can have, it's actually not from even fathers and it's from here, right? What
100%.
kind of narrative you have put and start changing?
Yeah,
Thank
for
you.
sure. No, yeah, great question. Yeah, so at 27, I was 405 pounds, as you mentioned. And my father looked at me one day and was like, man, I'm getting concerned. I'm his youngest son. So he's like, we need to go to the doctor to get you checked out. I'm kind of worried, obviously. He didn't want anything to happen to me, God forbid. So went and got my blood work done. A few days later, went to go see the doctor. And the doctor walked in, and I'm notoriously known for this part. I still remember it like it was yesterday, but the doctor had a folder in his hand with the results of my blood work in his hand, flipped open the folder, started ruffling through the pages, closed the folder, threw the folder on the counter, looked at my father and I and said, it doesn't matter what these results say. Your son's going to be dead by the time he's 40 anyways. We're just wasting our time being here. So, yeah, I know. So in my mind, I'm thinking first thing, well, I'm definitely not giving you a 5-star review for bedside manner. But then my dad and the doctor went off to talk for a minute or two, and that was it. We left. Fastest doctor's visit. Till this day, I never knew my scores, not my blood pressure, my hemoglobin, my cholesterol, my sugar. But you asked me about where everything started to turn and shift was halfway home. We were driving home from the doctor's office. My father looked at me and said, hey, I need you to pull the car over. I said, why? Is everything okay? He said, yes, just pull the car over right now. And he always had like a soft spoken voice, but he raised his voice because he was very adamant that I pull the car over. I pulled the car over. I said, hey, what's going on the highway? And I was like, what's going on? And he looked right at me and said, listen, this isn't a game. You need to take this seriously. This isn't a joke. Like, I'm running out of time. I'm not going to be there to see you get married. I'm not going to be there to see you have kids, but you're still young enough to take care of this. You still have time. And we are not going home until you promise me that you are going to take this seriously once and for all. Otherwise, we are not going home until you do. And that was the first time in my life when I never saw my father in such a vulnerable state. He was dealing with a lot of health issues himself at that time, especially a liver issue that was really bothering him. So I guess in that moment, he just felt like, look, I mean, if I'm going to have any chances left, this could be my last chance to get through to my son because nothing else seems to work. So I said, okay. I just said, like, Dad, don't cry. I didn't want to see him cry. It just, that pain, it was really wearing on me. So I said, okay, I promise you, no matter what, I will take care of this. I will try my best, but just don't cry. And then we went home that day, and that's when the journey began. And in that moment, before I turn it to you, it's, I asked myself 2 questions that day. I'm like, one day I wake up, I'm 405 pounds. Yes, I'm 27 years old. I'm waking up on a Saturday morning, and my father is telling me we need to go to the doctor. And the next minute I have the doctor telling me I'm not going to live in, 13 years. And then lastly, I have my father telling me he's not going to be there to see me get married or have kids, and he's running out of time. And in that very exact moment, I'm like, what just happened? I was just a 20-some-year-old guy thinking that I'm going to go about life living it. And the next minute, all of these elements happen. And that's when I really had to look myself in the mirror and be like, okay, like, it's time. We have to figure something out, like right now, right now. And that's when the mindset, the journey, all of it really shifted on that day.
Wow. This is I got chills so many times. Do you remember actually the exact date? Exact which
I
date?
don't know the exact date. It was January 2010. It was right around the middle of January 2010. I know that because, I guess piggybacking off of that, fast forward, I did try my best, but I kept failing. And I think that's the beauty that I want everyone to understand in life. It doesn't matter about how many losses that you have, but you have to understand whatever your victory is, whatever your point B is, whatever your end game is, whatever your goal is, no one is going to care about all of the no's that are going to happen in your life, all of the failures, all of the walls that you have to go break. You just have to find a way to get to whatever greatness, whatever goal, whatever dream, whatever achievement, however many days, weeks, months, years, etc. So, with that being said, January to May, tried and failed on my own. I tried everything I possibly could. Nothing could work, but I made a promise to my dad. So I was like, I'm going to find a way. Let's see. Running out of options. One of my great friends said, hey, listen, we're joining a gym. Why don't you join? All of our close friends are joining. It will be fun. We can hang out together. XYZ. Well, at that point, I'm thinking, well, nothing else has worked in the last 6 months. Why not? Let's just try this. I saw a class. It was called Team Weight Loss Class. It was 3 days a week, exactly for people like me to jumpstart their fitness journey. So I took that class and then I started to go, got some momentum built up, confidence built up. And then that first year from May 2010 to May 2011, I lost my first 150 pounds. So I was rolling, man. I was feeling great. I was like, okay, my father was feeling great. He was excited. He was like, man, my youngest son, he finally did it. He finally committed to something and he didn't quit. He actually stuck to it. But as we say in life, right, you take one step forward and two steps backward. And I just told you in life, you're always going to have walls come up in front of you. 2 months later, in July 2011, we go to our family wedding in Connecticut, the night of the reception, in the hotel bed. My father ends up blowing out his liver and he died right in my hands in the hotel room the night of the reception completely. And in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, what just happened? And we talked about walls. The very next day, I was living in Baltimore. We all are, from the Baltimore area. We went to go do the funeral. 24 hours later, I bend over to pick up his casket. I stand up. What happens? I hear a pop in my back. And I'm like, what's going on? And I blow out my L3, L4 herniated disc. So I'm having severe sciatica shooting down my left leg, down to my toes. And in my mind, I'm like, what is going on here? And there's 500 plus people. My father's funeral was massive because, knock on wood, we just built a really big community in that Baltimore, DC area where I currently live right now. So in my mind, just like I told you when I was 27 and 405 pounds in the room, in my mind that day, I'm like, what just happened? I kept my promise to my father. I lost my 150 pounds. I didn't quit. I stuck to it. And now within 2 days apart, I lose him in my hands at a hotel bed at a family wedding. And the very next day, I bend over to pick up his casket at his funeral, and I blow out my herniated disc at his funeral. So in my mind, I'm like, Jesus, man, like, I mean, you want to talk about taking a beating, right? Talking about walls coming up. I know firsthand what it's like. And I think those are the moments where you really can define a person's mentality, a person's mindset, right? It's, you can stay there on the ground and not get up, or can you summon the will to climb that mountain again? And I had no choice. I had to find a way. And in that moment, that's kind of one of those major pivotal points in my life, those crossroads that I was facing at that time.
Wow, thank you so much for walking us through. At that moment, I've met also so many walls in my life, and there are always two paths, right? It's or you somehow believe, okay, no matter what I have done, it doesn't work, or okay, should be always like that. I have still like keep fighting and everything, and then there is like, or you start actually playing and be engaged really in self-pity party, right? And like kind of, okay, now this is my journey, and kind of stuck and hang this victimhood, because it was the same, like there are always two type of persons, right?
Right.
When they meet challenges, they like, okay, look, I've done that and that and that. It doesn't anyway, like life or destiny or God, people call different. Like, you know, if they want to go that way to find excuses why it's not actually still reason, and they anyway, everything was happening in our life, we caused that kind of like,
Yeah,
or we
100%.
can we have decision of what we can do with that. We cannot change and we cannot predict actually outwards
Mm-hmm.
action. But
Mm-hmm.
how we handle them, and we have
100%.
victimhood, self-pity part, or still victorious. But then if we should work, we should discipline. It's here we are tested really whether we still have compassion or angriness or to be mean to the wall, to everybody else.
100%.
Now actually I understood what was your like first maybe thoughts the morning after when you woke up. Is it, oh my God, I've done everything I could, I believe, like, you know, I
Mm-hmm.
went past, and why is it again? Because now we teaching ourselves life doesn't happen to me but for me now. But
Right.
now uh, much more wiser. But when you're still
100%.
so young, how you actually again deal with your mindset, how you can encourage yourself.
100%. Yeah. So then that happened. And then, and that in that moment, I'm like, man, I had a big fire that was burning inside of me. But then that fire became a little flame because in that moment, I'm thinking, well, my father's gone now. I kept my promise to him. He's not here anymore. Why am I going to keep going now? What is the point? And I did still work out. I still did train. I still tried to keep up with it. It's not like I completely quit, but the fire definitely was not there, right? It was literally like a spark. So fast forward, this was in 2011. 5 years goes by, and I'm just kind of living life, right? I'm putting it now on the front instead of being in the front of my mind. I put it on the back of my mind, right? I kind of buried it somewhere back here, like everything that I did, everything I accomplished, everything that I went through with my father. I just put it in the back door. So then 5 years goes by. My wife and I, we meet. We end up getting married in 2016. 2 years later, we try to have a child, can't have a child, go to the doctor again. Doctor looks at me and says, Raheel, I can't 100% confirm it, but your sperm motility count is completely out of whack because of your extreme weight loss. The only challenge is to have a child is to go through in vitro fertilization, IVF, and that was that was the only option at that time. And I'm like, okay, now I'm the wall that my wife has to go break in that moment. Again, that's what I felt like. I'm like, all right, well, let's go for it. And then, my wife, shout out to her at the time, like she went through a lot. People who don't know about in vitro, it's definitely a beast. I mean, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially, it just takes a toll on you. 1 year of shots, medications, pills, whatever it is to get through it, all
Oh, that
over.
killed me.
And it's crazy. It's crazy. So then, like, but knock on wood, she did knock that wall down. We did have our son not in November 2019. So that was beautiful. That's our only child, and we love him. So definitely the best gift ever. 2 months later, paternity leave is over. January 2020. I go to my work garage. I bend over to tie my shoe, and I stand up, and I hear a second pop in my back, and second pop meaning that I just blew out my second herniated disc in my back. I'm screaming so loud. I'm in so much pain that I have to literally lie down to drive my car home just to even make it home. It took me about 2 hours to get home from Northern Virginia, DC area back home. So then in my mind, I'm like, Jesus. But I remember my wife giving me, one piece of advice, and she was like, listen, man, like, I get what happened and I understand what you're going through and XYZ, but just because your father died, always remember, like, the promise to him never died, right? Like, I know you so well. Like, you are full of energy and full of life, and you love to train and you love to work out, and that's the big part of you. That is you, man. Like, that's how you always start your day. And I think you kind of lost your way. Like, let's finally stop running away from this wall of your back injury and finally go through it, because that's exactly what I was doing. I never fixed my injury. I just kept living with it. I never fixed it. I was like, I don't need surgery. I don't care about fixing myself because my father was gone. The fire wasn't there. But, she made a great point that you're a dad now. Like, I can't have my son's brand new father, like, God forbid, in a wheelchair. And I don't want somebody in their 30s, let alone 40s, XYZ, God forbid, that you can't even walk. So we got to get this fixed. Like, you got to break the wall. So I said, okay, met a great surgeon, got surgery done. Rehab was a beast, had to go through 6 weeks of rehab, PT, walking around all over. My wife was a really big part of that too. And then 6 weeks of rehab and physical therapy. I went to the doctor, and this is honestly the craziest part. He looked at me up and down, checked me out, my surgeon, and he just told me these 3 words. He was like, Raheel, you're 100% pain free now. 3 words. He was like, just let it out. That's exactly what he told me. Like, let it out. And I don't know what happened, Doc V, at that time, but I promise you, you could hear my voice amping up the second he said that. It's like that cage just opened up and that lion just came running out of the cage. Because after that moment, I was able to rip off all of that weight and then some. And I am down 200 plus pounds and I am in the greatest shape of my life. And I do train 2 hours a day every single day. And I give everything. I give all of me every single day. And I try to tell people all of the time, like all of those moments that I went through, were they sad? Were they hurtful? Was it painful? All of the walls? Yes. But I wouldn't change it for the world because I feel like all of those moments in our lives, all the walls that we have to break, our past is a part of us, man. We have to embrace it. We have to appreciate it because I truly feel as though those are the moments that really make us who we are right now. I would not be the guy I am talking to you right now in the greatest shape of my life, down 17 waist sizes, down 5 neck sizes, down whatever I am now at this point, right? I used to be a 240 over 120 blood pressure. I mean, it's crazy. My heart was like a walking time bomb. Now it's like, knock on wood, incredible. Like my stamina, my endurance, my strength, everything is like, top notch. And just physically, I'm in the greatest shape of my life. Mentally, I feel like I couldn't be more stronger, but it's because I was able to break all of those walls. So my point to leave it to this before I give it back to you is wherever you are right now in your life, wherever rock bottom is to anybody out there, you can look at it one of 2 ways. One, okay, I can feel sorry for myself. I'm at rock bottom. I can't break this wall down. I feel sorry for myself, self pity. Or you can look at it as this is the greatest time in my life. Why? Because when you're at rock bottom, there's nowhere to go but up. And that's the mentality that I want to teach everybody, that I do try to teach everybody, my Wallbreaker method, my Wallbreaker mentality, and to everybody out there. You can be the hero of your own story, right? Sometimes in life, we can't control how our story starts. But the beauty about our own story is, you're the author. You have the pen. You can write how your story finishes. And I think that's the beauty of all of this, right? It really comes down to your mind, your mindset. Don't let your mind take control of you as it did for me for so long. You take control of your mind. Now I know whatever I got to go do, whatever wall I got to go break, I'm not going to go break it. I'm going to go smash it because I'm ready for it. I'm built for it. I went through it. I went through all of it. So that led me to this point, talking to an amazing leader like yourself. So how did I do there?
Wow, this is so powerful. That's so inspirational. Oh my God. And you know what? First of all, thank you so much for being so also wall breaker in the way you are sharing your personal story about IVF. Yes, I've been through these walls. Oh my God, 4 times. It's like it's beast XXL. It's so
Beast. I
damaging.
mean,
Oh,
kudos to all of you women, man. I tell people they don't know. I didn't know. I had to educate myself when we were going through it. I had no idea. I just thought, oh, it's a procedure or it's something very simple, right? It's like having breakfast. Like, oh, okay, whatever. We'll just get it done, and we're gonna get pregnant. But like, not at all. I mean, that's a monster wall. So kudos to all the women out there. Like, I cannot, credit you guys enough. And I tell people this all the time. Like, man, you have to really have a strong mindset. Forget the body first, but the mindset to endure that type of pain, that pressure, everything that comes along with it. So definitely kudos to all of you.
yeah, that's also started, I think, even more because I believe I had before neurodivergent traits like depression, anxiety, everything. I was kind of, had roots from my childhood and maybe genetically, but all 4 attempts which actually didn't went successful, it's really like bursted everything and start from there. So yeah, it's also, oh, it's dangerous. It's so, and I love that very much how your wife put this into these so beautiful words, and it can really be so transformational for so many people who listen to us, that yeah, maybe your father passed away, but the promise is alive. And like and it also reminds me, oh my God, this is so strong because this is faith in what you are doing. It's still alive. It's motivation always can be alive. Hope, always hope. Actually, the most powerful engine in our lives, they are always alive. That
Right.
it's up to us where we kind of actually choose to determine them with some people, but actually, or circumstances, but all those things, it's true, they're so, because they live here in our
That's
minds.
it. That's it.
It's you
100%.
believe, say that because of him, but it was actually not for him, it was already for you. You don't need it for, you just believe because it was this, but it's true. Motivation, faith, and everything was always alive. It's always there. It's always
100%.
right.
100%. The human mind is the most powerful weapon we have, man. I mean, the human mind is the most powerful weapon that we have. It's incredible how you can really look at what is in front of you, whether it's a wall or a problem or an issue, and how you have your mind can tell you one aspect of how to view it or how to solve it or how to fix it, or even the negative, run away from it, shy away from it, or you take control of your mind and your minds and be like, no, I don't agree with what you're telling me. Like, I have a different path, I have a different solution. I'm not a wall runner, I'm a wall breaker, and I don't care what you tell me. It's kind of like, to a lesser degree, it's like those days you mentioned how it's cold outside, right? It's like for those people out there who are like, oh, it's cold outside. Do I really want to go work out? Right? Do I want to go for a run? Do I want to go for a jog? It's snowing, it's cold, it's windy. When people talk like that, that's truly your mind taking control of you. You have to take control of your mind and be like, dude, I don't care what the goddamn weather is. I'm going out there and I'm going out there to get my workout in no matter what. And that's truly the mindset that, everyone should try to adapt. Is it easy? No, of course it's not easy. Is it a lot of work? Of course. But anything you want in life, any results you want in life, you have to work for it. I tell people all the time when they ask me for like, weight loss or mindset reshift or whatever goals they're trying to achieve, point A to point B, I tell them very specifically, I tell them, listen, don't chase the results. The problem is we live in a society where everybody wants results right away, right? I want $1 million tomorrow. I want a yacht in 3 days. I want to own a country in a week, right? And I want a private jet in like 10 days, right? It's like, okay, that's great. I mean, that literally people will tell me the craziest things. I'm like, that's great. And I'm not saying that you can't get those things. And I hope you do get whatever that you're wishing that you get. But, you do realize no one's going to hand you that. No one's going to hand you $1 million. No one's going to hand you a yacht, and they're not going to hand you an island or a private jet. What are you willing to do for it? So my advice is just focus on the work and the results will come. I'm the biggest believer of don't worry about anyone else. Don't compare yourself to anyone else. Your journey, your story, that's what makes you beautiful as a person. So stick to your lane. Don't worry about anyone else. Don't worry about what anyone else is doing. But if you continuously, focus on the work every day and have the mindset, I'm going to work every single day, I have no doubt in my mind the results will come. I think that's truly, knock on wood, what's given me a little bit of success. Like, I don't like to say that I'm successful or I've accomplished anything. And I say that with respect of humility, because I know what it's like to lose all the weight, gain most of it back, and then come down, and then, you lose it, come back down, and then fall back down the mountain again and find my way back up. But I don't ever tell myself that I'm here or I made it or, I can just stop, because people always ask me, oh, Raheel, why do you train so hard? You don't have to go hard anymore. You did it. You lost like whatever amount of weight, 200 plus pounds. That's great. I'm like, no, I got to go even that much harder. Like, because I know how I feel right now. And I'm very blessed and very thankful to have this gift of hope that I was given. And I don't want to lose that. So I want to do whatever I can. So I'm just going to keep working. I don't care about what the scale says. I don't care what anyone else says. I just want to keep putting the work in, and knock on wood, hopefully the results will come, if that makes sense.
Absolutely makes sense. That's actually the whole secret. When people ask how you, I don't know, like achieve, yeah, like it's like the wall, because of the small bricks. You put bricks after bricks with patiently, and if they fall down or shaken because it's earthquake, doesn't matter. You put in them and back again. It's because motivational. It's a floaty lady. It's coming and going on for everybody. But discipline, oh my God! And yes, we don't want, but we have to.
We have to, yeah.
But you know what? Actually, people, they don't understand, especially Gen Z, when they believe it's so fast, when like the moment of scrolling and everything, it's also like, it's short-term satisfaction. Actually, it's so hollow. It's not really deep. And even if you get this jet or million in 10 days, are you going to really appreciate it? Are you actually be happy? No, because you will not even put efforts to be happy. You would like already even more and quicker, right? It's also
Right,
scary
right.
path,
Oh,
because then you are not satisfied with that. You don't celebrate these small uh, win steps. Then actually never be enough. If you don't appreciate the smallest part, you actually can win today. I mean, like, just already what you have. So it never ever actually anything will be enough for you, right? So this
right,
is also
right.
important to understand. um
Yeah.
when was the moment that you actually decided, okay, it's not just about my story, but I also would like to impact and to help people, and decided to be also a speaker and came with your
Mhm.
method? How was
Yeah,
that?
no.
Mhm.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so been doing this for a few years now, and I did my first TEDx talk back in May 2023. So Boston,
Great.
Mass. Thank you so much. So check that out. And I just decided in the moment of when I started to speak, the interest really came because people started coming to me for advice, and then I was just talking, friends, family, my wife, and they're like, "Man, like your story is really inspiring. It's truly whatever you've been through. It sucks and it's hurtful, and all the pain points, but." I also feel like it's a purpose, right? I feel like in my heart, what I went through, the promise that I made to my dad, it's a gift to me, and I look at it as a gift. Whatever happened to me is a gift, and I want to be able to give back to those people, and also the guy that I was at 27 years old, 405 pounds, completely broken. He didn't have the guy that I am right now, and the guy that I was back then needed the guy that I am right now. Somebody that it can look at and be like, oh man, like yes, I am in the dumps right now, and I do have a wall that I need to go break. And look at this guy. This guy, he found a way to do it, and I want to emulate what he did. And that's why I feel like I want to. When I speak to everybody, I try to really niche it down to people with, a specific problem, right? And my story doesn't have to be necessarily weight loss. It could be,
Mhm.
if you're somebody who's bankrupt or you're somebody who's going through a really bad relationship, XYZ. Like, how do you get from point A to point B? What's that wall that's holding you back from standing in your way to get from point A to point B? How do we address that wall? Because you have to address it and admit that there's a wall there. I think that's the biggest problem. We have a huge problem in today's society of admitting that we have a problem. I mean, it's hard for people to look in the mirror and tell themselves that, oh my God, it's on me, like the accountability piece of it, right? I mean, right here in the brain, you have to tell yourself, I have a problem. I need to go fix it. Right. And I think that's what I really try to help teach and coach. So to answer your question, so once I started to start giving advice, I really got into speaking. So been doing a lot of engagements all over the country, and any organizer, any school, any teams, any corporations that would love to have me, please let me know. I would really love to help your organization, your team, corporations get better, build a better mindset, corporate burnout. For those, in the Army, military, DoD service, a lot of student athletes, schools. I really try to help them as well. I know how it goes. I used to play sports, so I know that moment of quitting and running away from that wall, but wanting to break through that wall. So really have the love and the fire and desire to help, and that's I feel like my honest, true purpose.
I love it, and I really, really enjoying this with all my molecules now, because I do feel that you have this powerful energy. Because everybody at the end of the day about frequency and energy, and this is
Mm,
your story, and you really like own it so, and you're so passionate about this,
thank
and yes,
you.
I think this is the most important power of storytelling. We now in this AI, it's cool. Yes, we have all this method now, shortcuts, but we need more and more authenticity, because people should real understand this is the major factor. And you can just in 1 second like make with AI from over weight person to yeah, normal or whatever. But they should meet real stories, real people, and they
Mm,
should spread their messages what is actually it in reality, right? But this is
right.
the important, that yes, it's never too late. And you are the key, you are the answer. And I also spread this like awareness and impact because I have OCD, and it's even more prejudice, stigma, taboo talk about mental health challenges. That's why I'm I'm also saying, look at me, my story. Like 2 years ago, I was in mental institution, my pajama, started my podcast. 6 months later, I was in Cannes Festival, red carpet, advocating for fashion. Still
Wow.
same mind, same
Incredible.
person.
Wow.
But I mean, like it is this. It is important to understand it's our unique voice, and our history doesn't determine our story. And you can build these bricks, your walls, like
Yup.
you really break the last break.
100%. Just start breaking them down. And I think that's honestly the truth. I feel like everyone in life, it's what is that wall that's holding you back from getting from point A to point B? And the problem is it's someone like me. Like I know I've lived it, I've breathed it, I've gone through it, even from childhood. We talked about it, even from my bullying phase, man. Like I dealt with a lot. I mean, I took a beating verbally. I mean, I was bullied so bad that I used to go to events, and before I would go to an event, I would order fast food and I would eat it in my car so fast, 3,000 calories, and then I would go to the event because I was so afraid of eating in front of people because of all the fat jokes that would come with it. Like, hey man, like there's a buffet, save the rest for us. There's none left for you, or any like mean and hurtful and nasty things that people would say. So I think I just know firsthand what it's like to really look at a wall and understand how painful, how hurtful, how tough it can be to break it down. But I also understand that it's the most beautiful feeling ever when you finally have the courage to go break it down. Finally, after however long any of us have that wall to go break. For me, it's a lifelong journey. It's taken me years to really break that wall down. For me, not even just the weight loss and the obesity, but the mental aspect of it. I tell people all the time, like there's two types of people in this world. I mean, there's nails and there's hammers, right? And I feel like I was a nail for nearly 3+ decades of my life, and now I'm a freaking hammer, like literally. And to break walls, you can use a hammer to break walls too. And that's the mentality that I would love people to have. You would not be as successful as you were. You just mentioned 2 years ago. Kudos to you. Like that's when your mentality started to shift too. You're like, all right, it's time to be a hammer now. And that's why you're here right now. And that's the mindset, that's the focus, that's the shift that I'm trying to teach everyone out there. It's you can find a way. I mean, and like, my story isn't something that came out of a book. I lived it. I breathed it just as you did. So I couldn't agree with you more. I think more people, they need to understand that because again, my why, my because is exactly this, right? Like, 27 years old, I didn't have this guy now. And now that I'm here, I know there's a lot of 27-year-old Raheels, weight wise or not, just whatever that wall is that they need to go break, male, female, etc. I am here to help you break that wall down. I mean, let's do it together.
That's amazing. Let's do it impactful togetherness. I do love this encouragement, stay for collaboration. I do believe in so much power of collaborative strength. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Before we wrapping up, I would like to invite very collaborative mindset oriented my vice president and people like, oh, will be powerful trio. I was never worried about this, and this is very special. It's I love you so much. It's my helper.
Oh man, that was so
Awesome.
awesome.
Oh yes, she is very powerful, toughy, shorty, whatever you say. But you see, she's also Wallbreaker, believe me or
Yeah,
not.
yeah,
And her powerful skills to grant wishes, right? And we unfortunately cannot grant 3 wishes because we would like to have as many guests as possible.
yep,
We are not serving just Aladdin, one Aladdin, but
yeah.
we are focusing quality, not quantity. So that's why me and my genie, maybe it's time actually to give you some sophisticated name. I will think about it. But
Okay.
anyway, so yes. So the last question would be for today from me and from my vice. Yes, if it would be that one magical wish that you will be granted today. It can be whatever you want. You can I don't know, pineapple pizza dinner or peace for
Yeah.
the world, or it doesn't matter. It's exactly about, but I think maybe it will be with walls, but it's your time, it's your mic.
Okay. Sounds good. So my one wish, like, sorry, I want to be clear that I answer it correctly. Like, you mean like for life or just for today only?
It's exactly what your presence, your soul telling just right now. If you had one wish from Genie Lamp.
Yeah. Yes. 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 My one wish for me to be a speaker all over the world on stage, sharing my message that any wall in your life is meant to be broken. I know it. I lived it. I'm living proof of it. And if you bring me on your stage, on your platform, I promise you, I will help you. I will show you. I love it. I live it. I breathe it. And I hope I can have that opportunity with anyone out there who is willing to bring me on board.
Absolutely, and I'm sure we engineer, we really love your message, not just like okay, tell me, oh, like
No, I love it. I love the
your
genie too.
true
That's
story.
awesome.
I can feel it. I can feel. That's why we would like really to make this wishes so powerful. And then, could you please then share where actually people can find you?
Yes.
Your yes, I'm sure they will be like attracted like a magnet
I
from all.
hope so. I hope so.
Tell us
No.
immediately where they can find you.
Yes, please. Well, right on my Instagram handle, right below my name, at Raheel the Speaker, and then my website just launched. So definitely you can look it up, raheelthespeaker.com. So it's on there. All my information is there. And if you would like me to come speak, podcast guesting, I'm available and really excited and really fired up to meet and speak with anyone and everyone. And even if you need just general advice, general help to break a wall, hit me up, DM me, text me. I'm always willing to help out. I love helping people. I love sharing my story, and I love helping people break walls. And whatever I can do to help do that, please hit me up, and would love to help you do that.
Genuine grateful. Thank you so much. It's our yeah. This was very very powerful episode and reminder that our past really doesn't define us and our
Yeah.
pain doesn't limit us. Really, it's everything in all the walls actually in our mind.
Yeah. Thank you for having me too. I gotta say this too. Thank you so much. I mean, you are the absolute best. Thank you, Doc V. No, seriously, it's been so tremendous. I feel like we've known each other for like years. I feel like we're like best friends. Like you live down the street. I could be like, hey, where are we going out for like dinner and hanging out tonight? I feel like that's how
Yeah,
close.
absolutely.
I
And
feel
I'm
like
sure it
you
will
are.
be once because
We
I
will,
realized
we will for sure. No
you like
doubt, no doubt.
immediately gave me so much contacts and I'm giving you and I know
Yeah,
a
yeah,
couple of
for sure. And I
immediately
can't thank you enough. I mean, you're the absolute best, and I wish you nothing but help and success and whatever I can do to help you. I'm always here to support you. So I had to let the audience know. I mean, she is absolutely incredible. She's an incredible person. So I just want to let you know, incredible host, but an even better person. And I want to stress that to the crew.
Thank
I got you.
you
I
so
got you.
much. Oh my god. And Carol, did she reach out to you, my Carol?
Not yet.
Not
Not
yet?
your
Okay.
Carol.
Then
Tell your Carol to reach out to me. Carol, where are you? You know where to find me.
okay, yes. Then tonight I'm talking to my BFF. She has magazine and podcast and
Oh
I would
yes,
love
yes. You're talking about the magazine. Yeah, yeah. She did reach
yeah,
out to me. Yep, yeah. That one. Sorry. I thought you were talking about
okay.
specifically. Yeah. She did reach out to me for the mag stuff. Yep, and I gave all the deliverables. So thank you on that too. Yep, we're on our way with that. Thank you. You're the best. Thank you.
But my wheels already like circling more. So when I am done with couple of new things, I will be absolutely now exactly after experience this energy. Man, I love your energy. And
Thank
like
you
you
so
said,
much. Thank you. DC, come find me. Come visit me. We're waiting for you. Reagan
like,
Airport. Come on in, man. We got you. We got you.
DC and OC. Oh, I can even like oh, I have OCD like, and I will be here OC delicious, and I
Yeah,
OCD ODC. Oh,
yeah.
you see,
DC, I
oh,
go to That's it, DC. I'm from New York. I go to New York all the time. You could even fly into LaGuardia. Do a fireside chat in New York City too, at Times Square. So we got to make this happen though for sure.
absolutely. Wow, we're on fire. Okay.
Yep.
I absolutely love it. Oh my God. Let's be for each other. You're like this beautiful candle, and I'm teaching
I
always.
appreciate it.
No, people actually watch out to candles. They share their flames and they really can flame and lighten thousand oceans of other candles without losing their own flame. Why you are like this for me now,
I
really.
appreciate it. Thank you. No, it means a lot. Thank you. Thank you again for everything. This was an awesome
Beautiful,
episode.
beautiful one, and it's so true, like you said. Whether it's here and here. So for me,
Mhm.
that's exactly. I'm so even more inspired now to even go to this cold dark weather. Take my beautiful dog, whose name is Chanel, and I know she will be so happy. She doesn't care about weather. We should also
Uh,
teach our animals in nature. She's
yeah.
always happy, right? Where
Yeah.
no weather, that's it.
That's it. I agree. I agree. No, that's great. That's great. Yeah, no, we'll bundle
Yeah,
up. Yeah,
and
you'll be fine.
say hello to your beautiful, beautiful wife. I
I
love your
will.
expression that
Thank
she
you.
gave you advice to you about the faith, right?
Uh-huh.
And alive. And thank you so much that she was walking through with besides you with
Yep.
all this. Please, please do
Yep.
that from
I
me.
will. I will. No,
Hi
thank you
to
so much.
Ryan. It's
Yep.
amazing. I'm so proud. Tell them that I'm so proud of her husband and his papa.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. His name is Rain Raheel Siddiqui. So rain
Oh,
like the weather, RAYN.
amazing. So one
Yeah,
day all together we can go and yes, have fun.
for
Mhm.
sure. No, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely. So please keep shining, keep yes, keep knocking these walls. Oh my God! And I'm sure we will be good friends. And yes, you can count on me. I will be spreading your message, and immediately if I have more and more common shows and everything, I will text you.
Yeah, please do. Great. Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Thank you so much. And how beautiful you see. It's like this is the most important I'm teaching. It's like should be like this, not like really special, like shows. People are so afraid sometimes of even the word show podcast. No, I'm not. They said no, it's actually let's be back to real
Yeah.
good interactions. Let's energy. Let's I
Yeah.
even if you were here, I could jump on you, give a hug. I'm so
Oh,
big hug.
100%. Yeah. Yeah, give me a big hug and then we would just go break every wall in front of us. That's what we would be doing, man. Right in front of us.
Okay,
No
okay.
walls.
Much
Walls can't
love and
stop us.
blessing.
Walls
Okay,
can't stop us, man. We'll make
bye.
that happen soon.
Bye, Raheel. Okay.
Thank you.
See you very soon. Bye
Yep.
bye.
Bye.
Bye.